two things that I love in a company. One, when they listen to their customers. Two, when they are a one-stop shop. I am the laziest alternative hair wearer of all time. I generally don't like blending. I don't want to have to overthink the steps. I want it to be quick and easy because the world of alternative hair can be really overwhelming. Enter Uniwigs, and they finally brought us hair fibers. This has been a long time coming, and I am so excited that they are here, and I'm really excited to try them with you. They're still in the original wrapping, so we're going to try them out together and see how they perform. I'm a little nervous because it's a brand new product, and you know that I am a brand ambassador for Uniwigs, so you know it's my job to show content on their products, but then also give them feedback on that product because they actually ask for it, believe it or not. They don't just assume that everybody's going to be happy, and they don't expect me just to say that I love something if I don't really love it. So I'm hitting record without ever having tried these out is actually terrifying to me because I'm hoping that I am going to love them. So here we go. So first of all, we've got this plain black container, which I love. It kind of makes it a little bit more discreet. They are made with cotton, which I'm a big fan of. Yeah, the number one ingredient is cotton. So that is great. The ones that I had been using when I was experiencing hair loss initially, and before I had heard about wigs and toppers, I was filling my hair in with initially, I won't say which brand, but another brand's fibers. And the ingredients were questionable, and then I started purchasing in bulk because I was using so many fibers on my hair in a day because I was trying to fill all of this in, which I don't recommend. I think when you get to a certain point, you should make the shift to toppers personally so that you're not inhaling all of the fibers like I was. They were coating my walls. It was an absolute disaster, and I was worried about my kids' health as a consequence of it. So then I jumped into toppers once I discovered them. But I started ordering in bulk from overseas, and I looked at the ingredients list on the product, and it was insanely long. There were so many different chemicals in there. They weren't cotton, and they were keratin, but it's like, were they keratin? So I trust Uniwigs. They're a really honest company. And I believe if they say they're cotton, they're cotton. So that's a really good start, which I love to see. Now I will tell you, cotton does not cover, in my experience, it doesn't cover the same kind of way as other fibers. So if you have a fiber that is like a keratin fiber or something else, it's going to give you a different kind of coverage, and it might even look better to the eye, but also what's in it, right? So cotton fibers to me are the way to go. And the interesting thing about cotton fibers is that they actually adhere using like static. So they, even though they're light and fluffy, they cling to the hair really nicely. So we're gonna take a look. I asked for two different colors because we weren't sure if I was going to be a medium brown or a dark brown. And I was like, okay, let's try both. But then not only to be able to see which one matches best with my hair, but also so that we have the option to do a custom blend. So if you're looking at getting hair fibers, you might want to consider buying two, if you're between colors or you're not sure, buy two colors because you can actually blend them together. So you can either do one shot and then one shot, or if you can get yourself a third container, and I'm not gonna lie, I did ask Uniwigs to have the option to purchase an extra container or to get a gift set in which you get multiple colors, including an extra container, then you can dump a little bit of each and create your own custom blend. So hopefully that is something that you can do in the future. So if you order the fibers, there's the fibers, and then you can also order the applicator, which has step-by-step instructions on it. I've used this type of thing before, so I'm just going to go ahead and open it up. So the applicator looks like this, and I got to put these down. So then you're just going to go like this, and you're going to screw this top onto the top of your bottle. We're going to start with the medium brown because I feel like that's going to be maybe not the best match for me. Let's see. Oh, right. I'm like, this is what you do. And then I don't even do it properly. This lid is going to come off if you want to use the spray applicator. If you don't want to use the spray applicator, then you can leave this top on because this has sort of like shaker style, like salt and pepper shaker. So you can just shake it directly onto your scalp wherever you want coverage, like that. But I'm actually going to show you the color here on this sticker. So that's the medium brown. It pulls a little bit reddish, so it would be a good blend for my bio hair. I'm gonna say this is probably a decent blend for those who wear the moose brown kind of color. You can see there's that color, and there's my moose brown. So I'm gonna say if you wear moose brown, you're probably gonna wanna go for this medium brown color. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the lid off carefully. And then, so you can see it's nice and full. You're getting 53 ounces in here, 15 grams. Screw that on. And I'll show you the dark brown right away as well, so you have kind of contrast in terms of the color. Oh, I like this. So that tends to, so I'm gonna say if you've ever purchased root spray from the grocery store, the drugstore, wherever you get root spray, these colors I would say are really similar to the root spray colors. So whenever I get a medium brown root spray, I always find it leans a little bit warm, and I have very ashy hair. And when I go for a dark brown, it tends to be more cool. And that's what we're getting here. So the dark brown is a little bit more cool. Let's compare that to the Savannah, so you can see the difference. So it actually will work okay still, I think, but because Savannah has these money pieces in the front, you're gonna need to go for the lighter one or a custom blend. But if you wear something like truffle brown, so here's truffle brown, I would say that's probably a slightly better match. Okay, so that's the dark brown there. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply my applicator for both, because I do have two applicators, one for each hair fiber. Here we go. I didn't take my second one out of the box. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to take it out of the box yet. I can just use the same pump and put it on here. There's the dark brown. It has like a little packet of silica stuff probably to keep it looking good. Okay, so how is this going to work? So if I have the applicator, you can spot things a little bit easier. It's been a minute since I've done this. So you can see I'm getting some pretty good coverage in there now. Okay, so where would you want, here, let me do another section down here so you can really kind of see it give coverage. Look at that. Almost instant coverage. Oh, wow, look at that, there we go. Mama's out of practice, but I'm getting back into it. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how I would use this with a hair topper. So obviously you can see if you want to put your hair up in a ponytail, and like me, you got thin hair and you want to fill in some patches, you can go ahead and spray or dump the fibers right into your thinner or bald spots. But if you want to use it to make your topper blend more seamless, this is how you would do it. So I'm going to take my topper. Mine is Savannah right now. I'm going to put Savannah on. And I'm going to, we'll see how this looks. It's been a minute since I've done this, so don't judge me too harshly. Don't judge me too harshly here. But this used to be part of the daily ritual until I just gave up on blending. And that's why I like Savannah so much, is she's so heavy in the front that I would just like wear her right to the front of my hairline and not bother blending at all. But if I wanted to, what I would do is go ahead and put some fibers right in this area that you have kind of like the transition. So you can pull, this isn't gonna work so well because of course I have so much gray hair right at that transition area. Like, why right there? I tried to dye it so that I could show you how to do this type of look online, but I just can't, no matter what, like I just can't seem to conceal the gray. So we're gonna have to do, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna wear the hair the way I wore my hair when I wore this piece every day to work. Because my gray is on this side, I would do a side part like this. So I'm actually gonna do the same thing again because I know that it's easier to transition where I don't have gray hair. Okay. I mentioned that I love this topper. It's so comfortable. It fits like a glove. Like it's just Old Faithful for me now. Okay, so the area that we want to add a little bit of thickness in is right here, right? So I'm gonna take my pump, and I think that I'm gonna use the lighter one. So I currently have the pump on the darker one. I'm gonna move it over to the medium brown. Yeah, and then I'm gonna go in, put something, you can put paper, you can put your hand, something to block the powder from getting on your skin. Done. And now obviously I have this like stark line because of where I put the paper. So then I can just take my finger, take a makeup brush. The thing that I actually used a lot, I don't have one handy at the moment, I should run and grab one, was a powder brush. And someone once commented, oh my gosh, what an interesting idea, because when I was doing it on camera one day and I just used my powder brush to break up the fibers here and make them look more natural. Okay, I need to get it. I'll be right back. Okay, so I couldn't find the one that I used to use. It was a lot fluffier than this brush. This is maybe a little bit too dense. It's probably in my old backpack because I actually kept it in my school bag along with my hair fibers because I was always running out the door in the morning. We have little kids and they start school earlier than we start school. So it was always like drop them off, and then sometimes I'd be like blending in the car after we drop them off. So I would take something a little bit fluffier than this because you can see now, like with the denser brush, I'm able to really wipe away maybe more than I even want to. But what that is doing is just taking the hair off of my skin. So these hair fibers should stick to your actual hair, which means if you have little baby hairs or not, whatever kind of hair you have, your hair fibers will stick and they'll stay put all day long. I mean, I have to put this one to the test, so I guess I'm gonna have to wear my hair topper out for a day and see how these hair fibers do hold up, but I'm pretty confident based on my experience with cotton fibers that they're gonna be just fine, and they just help a little bit to disguise my thin hairline, give me sort of that more natural looking hairline by setting my topper back just a little bit more than I would be able to if I was just going with my regular biological hairline, because my own hairline is so weak. But now I can pull out a little bit of hair, set it further back, and get an even more natural finish. So far I'm really liking these. If you have any questions about them, please drop them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer. If I can't, I'll get someone from the Uniwigs team to answer, but I think these ones are going to be really popular because it's just one of those things that you want to have in your toolkit if you are a hair topper wearer, because of the versatility that they provide. So yeah, thank you to Uniwigs for listening, coming up with a product that you have been asking for, and I'm here for it. I am absolutely here for it. If you have any questions about this particular product or anything else from the Uniwigs lineup, drop them below. Can't promise I have an answer, but I'll do my best. And if there's something from the Uniwigs lineup that you would like to see, please let me know that as well. I'll do my best to get my hands on it. Thanks so much, and we'll see you in the next video.